and it's such a pleasure to be here today at the Women in Tech Global Conference. Before we dive into our hopefully fascinating topic, I'd like to start with a question. How many of you have ever found yourself staring at a blank document or canvas and feeling like you've hit a creative roadblock? This is one of those awkward moments we are not together in one room, so you can't raise your hands, but I'm very sure I'm not the only one being in this situation. Well, don't worry. Today we are going to explore the potential of generative AI and see how it can help you to unleash our minds and overcome those creative barriers and much more. So before we delve into the fascinating world of generative AI, allow me to briefly introduce myself. My name is Alexandra Diening, and I have the honor and pleasure to hold the position as a global head of research and insights at EPAM, a global tech company with almost 60,000 people. I have over the last 15 years acquired a lot of experience in tech anthropology and cyber psychology, earned my doctorate in human-computer interaction, focusing on the intersection of human behavior, neuroscience, business transformation, and technology. And also I happen to be author of Minds Unleashed, a book dedicated to this very topic we'll be discussing today that is coming up very soon and is already now available to pre-order on Amazon. And when I'm not too busy catching up on AI development, you'll likely find me busy with my other two passions, which are food and science fictions, normally accompanied with my 3-year-old son. But now, enough about me. Let's just move to our exciting topic today, which is the harnessing the power of generative AI for innovation and business impact. Over the next 20 minutes, we will delve into the world of generative AI. We will explore how this cutting-edge technology is shaping industries, how it's driving innovation, and how it's challenging our notions of creativity. To give you a sense of what to expect, we will start by examining the rapid evolution of generative AI and the factors contributing to its growth. Then we will discuss the potential applications of generative AI and how businesses and also you as an individual can leverage this technology for a maximum impact. And then finally, we will touch upon the crucial role we as female leaders play in shaping the future of this exciting field. So buckle up and get ready for hopefully thrilling journey into the certainly fascinating world of generative AI. Now that we set the stage, let's dive into the first part of our journey, which is to understand the rapid evolution of generative AI. And before that, I will first explain what a generative AI is about. So generative AI is a branch of artificial intelligence that focuses on creating new content based on data inputs and training. So if you imagine, or if I ask you to imagine a powered muse that can produce a poem, a painting, or even a recipe for your next culinary adventure, it will sound more like a science fiction novel. Well, now it's real, and this is what generative AI is about. It has its roots in machine learning and neural networks, and these technologies mimics the human brain structure and function, enabling AI systems to learn from data and generate those increasingly sophisticated outputs we are experiencing today. But AI has been around for almost a decade. So you can ask yourself, why is it booming right now? To explain what's behind the rapid evolution of generative AI, I like to think of it as the perfect storm of innovation fueled by the three main factors. Let me grab a water. First one, it's the increased computing power. With more powerful computers, AI systems can process larger data sets and perform more complex calculations, leading to more advanced generative models. Second one is the advancement of algorithms. So as researchers continue to push the boundaries of AI and new improved algorithms are emerging, algorithms such as generative adversarial networks, they have significantly improved the quality and versatility of AI-generated content. And the third one is the availability of large data sets. As we say, data is a new oil. And guys, we are swimming in an ocean of it. So with the abundance of data available, AI systems has a very ample fuel to learn and refine those generative capabilities. So these three factors combined have created a perfect storm for generative AI to evolve at an unprecedented pace. And much like Storm, this rapid evolution has the potential to completely reshape the landscape of innovation and business. Here are some numbers from Forrester and McKinsey I pulled together. As you can see, embracing AI already right now has significant impact on productivity increase, reduction of operating costs, and higher profit margins. So in the next section, we will explore how the business can harness more of its strong power for the maximum benefit, and how hopefully you can get inspired from that. So let's enter into this storm to explore, but don't worry, no umbrellas are required. Now that we have explored the factors fueling generative AI, rapid revolution, let's discuss how the business can harness this technology to drive the innovation and optimize the process across the industries. I normally think of generative AI as a versatile and powerful tool, a sort of cognitive Swiss Army knife that can help businesses to solve complex problems, enhance creativity, and improve the efficiency. So no matter what the industry, generative AI has potential to revolutionize the way we work, much like internet did in the early 90s. And we all know how that turned out. To give you a bit better understanding of a generative AI potential, let's look at a few success stories. The first one will be the pharmaceutical industry, where generative AI has been used to accelerate drug discovery by predicting the effectiveness of the novel compounds. I was working on one of those projects and potentially saving billions of dollars and years of research. Second is the world of fashion, when generative AI is already creating unique and eye-catching designs and pushing the boundaries of creativity. When you look at the realm of customer service, AI-driven chatbots have been leveraging generative models to provide personalized and not just personalized, but also empathetic responses, improving customer satisfaction when interacting with them and freeing up human agents to focus on more complex tasks. And when it comes to my domain in consumer research or customer research, the insights about the customer pain points in a shopping journey that take 2 weeks to collect through traditional ethnographic research, well, 90% of them can be generated with ChatGPT in 10 minutes. So those are just the examples, and those are just very tip of iceberg when it comes to generative AI's potential to drive business impact and innovation. Now, as the technology continues to evolve, possibilities are virtually endless. So as we embark on this exciting journey, let's remember, fasten our seatbelts, keep your mind open, get inspired, because here, ladies and gentlemen, the sky is the limit. Now that we've seen some success stories, let's also dive into what's the arrival of potential applications of generative AI. From art and music to healthcare and finance, generative AI can lend a helping hand, or I should better say helping algorithm, to almost every industry. We already mentioned that in the realm of creativity, generative AI, it's like an artist's muse, kind of really something which inspires artists and then push them further on steroids. It can create mesmerizing visual art, compose enchanting music, and even write captivating stories. And the best part is it never experienced those creative blocks, which I mentioned at the beginning. But it's not just limited to creative applications. It also shows great promise in industries like healthcare, we already mentioned, finance, supply chain management, and many, many more. In healthcare, I was working on a project when generative AI is used to predict and diagnose disease, tailor personalized treatment plans, and we even simulate a complex biological system from drug discovery. It's like literally having a team of brilliant doctors and researchers working tirelessly behind the scenes and without even needing a coffee break. So it's pretty impressive. In finance, the generative AI can be deployed for tasks like fraud detection, portfolio optimization, or predicting market trends. So the same is like having a financial advisor who is always on their A game and has access to vast amounts of data. It's pretty impressive. In supply chain management, generative AI can help optimize routes, predict equipment maintenance needs, and manage inventory levels. So as you can see, generative AI is an incredibly versatile and adaptable tool that can be applied across a wide range of industries. I would say the key takeaway is that generative AI has the potential to be an invaluable ally in all our pursuits of innovation and progress. It's really like this Swiss Army knife it's always there when you need it. And to be honest, who wouldn't want that? Now, but I rather think, rather than Swiss knife, I rather think of generative AI rather like an intellectual exoskeleton that can boost your problem solving and creative abilities. It has the potential to revolutionize the way we live, work, and interact with the world. And as a passionate advocate for generative AI, my mission is also to ensure that as many people as possible understand this powerful tool and use it correctly. And let me share a little bit of wisdom I've gained from my almost 2 decades of studying emerging technologies. In my observation, I found that people fall into 3 main categories when it comes to embracing technology. The first one are those skeptics. They are hesitant to change and they normally miss the boat on progress. So they are those who believe AI is just a buzzword. Second is the pioneers. Those are the risk takers, eager to learn, harness new technology, and those are normally the ones who are leading the change. The third, quite big group, and already I see it in generative AI, are those misguided enthusiasts. They are eager, but they are very often struggling with using the technology effectively and leaving its true potential untapped. So what I try to do is spread the awareness of how to use the generative AI to really help the bridge between those 3 groups and ultimately foster a more knowledgeable, more empowered society, more empowered companies and workforce that harness the true potential of this groundbreaking technology. So let's dive in and unleash the power of generative AI together. That's what we're going to be doing on the next slide. We now arrive at the part which I call the secret sauce or the holy grail, the roadmap to harnessing the power of generative AI correctly. I promise you it's not rocket science, but I can guarantee you that you will feel almost like a rocket scientist once you master those 4 simple steps. So let's dive right in. Just to set a context, I very often hear skeptics talking about generative AI delivering very generic results of a very little value. And to be honest, when I deep dive, very often it's not generative AI not performing. It is in vast majority of cases us humans not using it effectively. We don't understand what it is, how it works, how to prompt to get it right, insights or outcomes, and which tool to use for which purpose. So here is the super lean 4 steps everyone can do to really tap into potential. First one will be embrace generative AI as a statistical tool, because that's what it is. It's not a human. It's essential to recognize that generative AI, at its core, it's a powerful statistical tool that can analyze vast amount of data, generate meaningful insights, predictions, and creative outputs. By understanding its statistical nature, you can be better equipped to harness its potential effectively. Second, it's master the art of prompting while respecting the privacy, important to say. So like a skilled puppeteer, you must learn how to prompt generative AI effectively to extract the desired responses and to create the right prompts, which make really all the difference in eliciting relevant and valuable outcomes from your AI model. In my book, I have outlined more than 40 tips for advanced prompting, from adjusting the temperature value for more factual or more creative output, all the way to providing the correct context for the model. And equally important, please remember, with great power comes great responsibility. Please always be mindful of privacy concern and avoid sharing sensitive data and personal information in your prompts. Privacy in AI usage and the ethical layer, it's really important. And that's what can keep your job safe in a long run future. Step number 3 is choose the right tools for the job. Just like you wouldn't use a hammer to slice a bread, it's crucial to select the appropriate generative AI tool for your specific needs. So familiarize yourself with the different platforms, algorithms, and resources available to make informed decisions and optimize your results. Build and groom your portfolio of your generative AI tools and constantly evolve it. And that brings me to the very last point, step number 4, stay curious and keep learning. The world of generative AI is continually evolving, and it's up to you to stay ahead of the curve, embrace the growth mindset, attend all the conferences, read research papers, learn from the industry experts, and everything which you deem needed to stay on the top of the game. After all, the knowledge is the power, and in the case of generative AI, the power is truly transformative. Now, before we wrap up, I want to take a moment to emphasize the critical role that female leaders play in the field of AI, especially generative AI. First, I would like to mention that the diverse perspective and leadership are essential for driving the innovation and ensuring that the technology we create is inclusive and serves to everyone's needs. It's like having, imagine you have a potluck dinner, and if everyone brings the same dish, it's not going to be as enjoyable, it's not going to be as nutritious meal because it doesn't offer variety. So we all know that feast with diverse flavors is the most satisfying and delicious. And if we look at the past, we've seen so many emerging technologies. For example, the recent metaverse wave developing, and once again with lack of female representation in leadership roles. This has led to missed opportunities and at times narrow scope in the way those technologies were built and implemented. Just to elaborate on that, I would like to take a quick trip down the memory lane to see how women representation has evolved in the world of technology. I think it's vital that we learn from the past, not because I want to dwell in it, but just to make sure that we ensure that we don't repeat the same patterns in this completely new and novel AI space. So I'm now going to take you on a journey, starting with the early days of computer programming. We had the pioneers like Ada Lovelace or Grace Hopper, but unfortunately, their groundbreaking work was often overlooked and undervalued until the field eventually became male-dominated, and we all know the consequences of that. Now, if we jump to the video game industry in 1980s, 1990s, women were a rarity in this field, which led to a lack of diversity in game design and content. But hey, guess what? Now it's actually improving, and there is higher ratio in females in gaming world, and we're actually seeing some fantastic innovations as a result. If we now jump to .com era and the flood of male-led startups and tech companies that dominated the 90s, this lack of gender diversity played a huge role in shaping the early development of web platforms and services, and as an impact, we can still feel it today. And finally, let's not forget the early days of smartphones and mobile apps and mobile app development, with the male-led companies and developers at the helm. And of course, it's no surprise that the design, user experience, and marketing of apps and devices were heavily influenced by this gender imbalance. So what can we learn from those examples? It's simple. Increasing female representation in emerging technology fields is crucial for ensuring diverse perspective and more inclusive innovation. That's why it's crucial for all of us female leaders to champion the generative AI within our organizations and contribute to the ongoing development of this transformative technology. According to this study of the World Economic Forum, I think in 2020, only 22% of AI professionals globally were women. By stepping up and taking the lead, we can close this gender gap as much as possible and ensure that the AI of the future is shaped by a more balanced and more diverse range of minds. Now, I do understand that not everyone is an AI expert, and that's perfectly fine. The good news is that you don't need advanced AI knowledge to make a difference and lean into this world of generative AI. Here are a few ways female leaders can make an impact, and they make an impact without being AI experts. First will be educate yourself and stay informed. Keep up with the latest trends and advancement in AI by reading articles, attending webinars, listening to any podcast available. You don't need a PhD in AI to understand the basics and to be part of the conversation. And it's important that we are part of this conversation. Second, collaborate with experts. You can leverage the knowledge and experience of AI experts with your organization and industry, pull them in and work closely with them to develop the strategies and implement the AI-driven solution that will align with your company goals. The next one will be encourage diverse talent and support AI-driven initiatives. As a leader, when building your AI task force, which you should definitely do, make sure it's inclusive and that promotes diversity, supports the growth and development of a female talent in AI, all different ages, all different races. Let's make sure that it's a melting pot of those people tapping into that, and make sure that you support and kind of sponsor all those initiatives and make them somehow blossom. The next one will be advocate for ethical AI, educate people how to use the AI ethically and demand it. Make sure that the ethical AI is integral part of your AI strategy growth. And I would say the very last will be make sure that you bring your unique perspective. As I said, no PhD in AI is needed. Remember, the leadership is about the vision, it's about the guidance and inspiration. You don't need to be an AI guru to lead your team and organization into those AI-powered future. Your unique perspective as a female leader is what truly matters. So I will close with, to all the women in the audience today, I really encourage you to seize the opportunity to embrace the generative AI and let your unique perspective shine in this field. I think together we can really harness the power of generative AI and create a future that benefits everyone and doesn't discriminate or compromise on anyone. And who knows, maybe one day we will have an AI-generated Hall of Fame and celebrating the achievements of female leaders in AI with some of your names of people from this very session. That will be my
I love this. That's a beautiful ending of this beautiful session. Very insightful. And thank you so much, Alexandra, for joining us. If you want, we are over time, but we can take one question if you'd like. So how many of these tools are available off the shelf, like ChatGPT, versus being designed for very specific business use cases within companies? By Haley Northrop.
I would say way too many to keep track on. So there is a new set of tools every week, which is out of box, and then of course there is a customization for particular use cases. But from both clusters, out of box and made on measure, way too many to keep track on.
Yeah, and I think they're going to see more and more popping up. Yeah,
I think there was in last year there was 1.7 billion of investment into this area.
Yeah,
so definitely buckle up, get ready for more.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you so much, Alexandra. There are more questions, but I suggest you take them personally to you to reach out via LinkedIn, if that's okay with you. And yeah,
okay.
It was great to have you with us. Thank you so much for everything you do.
Thank you for having me.
Research, and yeah, looking forward to seeing you at future events and hearing from you on the topic more.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.